Welcome back. So we're back with the TP22, otherwise known as the Torex TX22 competition. This is a gas blowout pistol from TTI Airsoft. I have been super impressed with this pistol, which is why I'm putting a lot of effort into building this pistol out. And today we're going to be utilising the frame because we're going to be fitting this very fast looking trigger. I do like the look of this, it's very cool, kind of skeletonized. And apparently these do fit Glocks as well, Glock pistols, probably the AAP series as well. One thing that annoyed me about the AAP was I like the trigger. I can't remember what trigger this was. I can't remember if it was a TTI one or whether it was a Action Army one. But the thing that annoyed me about this trigger is in that build series, I got the trigger where it was like this. And it was really responsive. It was a nice clicky, short travel, super fast trigger. But then the holster I've got for it doesn't allow, because getting holsters for these things are fairly difficult because no one specifies holsters that fit, you know, the mini Mamba. But the thing that annoyed me most was going to that AAP style holster, I've had to back the screw completely out because if it isn't, it won't fit in the holster at all, which is annoying. But let's not go too far off tangent here. So we have the trigger. We have a lovely textured surface, like a diamond plate texture surface on there. Very cool indeed. Loads of adjustment. So we're going to get this trigger nice and slim if we can. And we nearly threw that up in the air, then it's so light. So we're going to have to take this apart. I haven't taken one of these apart before, so I'm just guessing here. But I'm thinking pin on the front. There's a screw there. I'm not sure if that has to come out, but we'll see. And let's start tapping these pins out, shall we? So not sure how tough these are going to be to push out. That one was quite easy, and so was that one. So 1, 2. That actually does want to move up, so not sure if we're going to have to remove that screw out the front. No, I don't think we will. So those are out. We've got 2 more pins. We've got 1 in the grip section here, just a push, and 1 at the back here. Nice and easy. So pull this out. Might need to use some needle nose pliers here. So pin number 3 and pin number 4. They all look relatively the same size apart from the one that goes through the grip. This is just going to lever up, which is nice. Nice and easy, that's what we like. Look how nice and sort of kept together that is. Nice big roller on there. We'll see how that hammer unit fares with some more use. And then we're going to lever this block up here. And that should, can pop the spring off, enable us to pull the system out, put the spring to one side. The trigger is held in with another pin, which also encapsulates everything, which is nice because that's one of the really annoying things about the AAP. When you get to this stage, everything wants to fly off everywhere. So kudos to TTI for that one. This pin does come out really easy. Nice thick boy pin there. And dead simple. So we've got 1 pin which holds the trigger. We do actually have a hole for a cutout, so you could technically straight out the box fit like a little grub screw in this hole, and technically the standard trigger is adjustable. You just need to put a grub screw in there to sort that out. So that's a very cool feature indeed. So I tell you what, it just seems very well sort of kind of put together. So let's crack on with this. So we've got the pin which goes in here. We've got a backstop grub screw and an adjustment grub screw. So we'll take our lever, pop it in like this. I'm going to take our silver pin which comes with the new trigger, set that in place. We are going to have to hit this with something, so bear with me. Okay, so that's nice and flush. Very easy to do. The adjustment trigger goes in from the back. 1.5mm Allen key. We'll screw that in all the way till it comes flush, just flush with the front of the trigger there, so it's out the way, and then we can get to setting it. When you're confident that you're going to set it for the final time, it's always advised that you Loctite it, because these things do work their way loose. We're going to take the second grub screw, which is the longer one, and fit it in the bottom of the trigger. Like so. We're just going to let that bottom out as well. Now we need to put it back together. So much like the AAP, we have the spring for the slide release. Going to line that up with the trigger like that. We're going to place this into the trigger housing, very easy to do. And then we're going to take the pin, the big one, and set it in place. Pushes through really easy. That is 10 times easier than the AAP. I'm not ripping on the AAP, you just know credit where credit is due. We need it like that. So spring on there, dead simple, almost builds itself. Set that into the frame like so, and then what we're going to do, we're going to tap these two pins in. I'm just going to use the back of a screwdriver so I don't damage the frame. Doesn't take much to hit them in. Once that's in, we can take our hammer unit, I'm just absolutely baffled at how easy this pistol's going together. I know I shouldn't say it because I'll jinx myself, but I just can't. In the words of Victor Meldrew, I just don't believe it. And if you don't know who Victor Meldrew is, you're just far too young. So, hammer. So we know how much travel we can lose here. So we can back the screw out. So it's right there. I think I'm going to stop there because it's almost perfectly at like a 90 degree. Should we go a little bit more? Let's go a little bit more. Let's get it as perfect as we can. And that is right there. You want a little bit of play. We'll have to test the reset now. Let's see if this still works. So hammer down, hold the trigger, reset your hammer, reset the knocker, reset the trigger bar before you press the full auto sear, and then release the trigger. And if it resets, you're onto a winner. I think we can go a smidge more. Let's throw caution into the wind there. That is right there. The trigger is pretty much so now what we want to set, which is going to be a little bit more tricky to do, is the other trigger. The other setting is basically you pull trigger and you can basically take out that last bit of movement. I'm not going to do that now just because it's only a very small amount. Let's get this bad boy tested. We'll put the slide back on, put the mag in. I'm going to hold down the slide release. Trigger's right there. Oh, it's so responsive. Can't remember, guys. That's a gas magazine. It's not running on HPA. Does full auto still work? Very much does. So that is how to install custom triggers, and I very much like that. I really like the feel of this as well. I'm gonna have to make a mental note of that style of trigger, because that to me is very comfortable. You know, the curves are good. You know, it does what it does. It's a cheap part to make. You can put a grub screw in there very easily, so they've given you the ability to make an adjustable trigger for next to nothing, because a grub screw is going to cost you pennies, which again is TTI Airsoft looking after its customers. But why you wouldn't want to get this trigger, I don't know. Oh, it's so, I can't even explain. It's so comfortable, and with how wide it is, you think it'd be off-putting, but that's got to be, again, another one of my bold statements here. That has probably got to be the best flat trigger for me, in my personal view, on any airsoft gun that I've ever fired. It's just so comfortable. It just fits, almost like it was tailored to me. But yeah, we're looking very good with the Go Fast red parts now, aren't we? I really do like that it's like a 90, almost like a 1911 or something. It's like almost it's going to move straight back rather than on a pivot. But we've got the fast trigger, we've got the fast mag release, we've got the fast looking compensator, we've got the pimped out barrel and hot rubber, especially with the Flamingo 60, and we've got the fluted barrel. One more part we're going to fit to this, and we'll get to that in the next one in this series. So thank you very much for tuning to this one. Thanks for following along. If you have, let me know in the comments what you think of this build, and of course what you think colour scheme wise we should go with it. I probably do want something to pop a little bit in the colour scheme, in terms of like the trigger and stuff. It's always nice having a fast trigger, if anything else. But thank you very much for watching, and as always, from me and Bench, we'll see you in the next one.